Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby! Hello, everyone, and I hope you're all having a good day, a good week, a good weekend, whenever you're listening to this on the official podcast, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel, only on YouTube. I appreciate this so much, but we're going to continue on the new Disney Plus series, Ahsoka, and this is a spoiler review, and we're on episode 7. So again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen any of these episodes, go watch it because episode 8 is the last one. So we're getting down to the end. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's talk about episode 7. So again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen this show, pause this, hit the thumbs up, go watch it, and then come back and check out all my reviews of the Ahsoka series here. So y'all have been warned. Let's get into it. Episode 7 starts off with General Syndulla is in court of the councils of the New Republican. Senator Xeno does not believe in what she's saying. He claims it's like a fairy tale, and it seems like he could be loyal to Thrawn or the old Republican. But it just seems like every time there's a situation about Thrawn, and every time Hela brings him up, basically, he gets so offended. He's like one of the council members that just gets upset by when Syndulla brings it up. So he seems like he's up to no good, and he could be loyal to him. So that's what I get out of it. But luckily, there was a surprise guest from CP3O, one of the OG Star Wars characters that everybody knows. And he came with a message from Senator Leia Organa, which that is her like adopted last name, because in the prequel Star Wars, obviously they have to hide Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and give it a whole different lives so they don't know who their father is, aka Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. So that was the whole point. But I like how she still uses that name, the last name of her adopted parents. And she brings evidence back up Syndulla's evidence and proof that there is a huge threat, and overlook what she did. Xeno is upset about it, but he also bows down and he takes it because obviously Senator Layla is the head honcho. She's in charge of this new Republican. So, she gets it clear, but we find out that it wasn't true. That was not really by Layla at all. And so we see that Syndulla has realized that she's kind of like all alone in her little group of the new Republicans. And she understands there's something fishy going on. And maybe everybody's not loyal to who they claim they're loyal to. So I feel like that story, to me personally, is going to continue on the next Star Wars Disney Plus series. Like after this season, I think this story continues about the New Republican. And that's what I get out of it. And then we get to the next scene where we see Ahsoka training, and we get a old message from Anakin Skywalker, and she's just playing it over again while she trains, and it very felt heartwarming, and to see her now kind of in a way she forgives Anakin, and I think that's what the beauty of that of seeing the Force ghost of Anakin, and now seeing this. You hear a lot of old reference from the past Sith Lords, from General Grievous, Aja Ventress, and Count Dooku. And we see like Asuka Ahsoka, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrestler. Ahsoka and Yuhang, they have a heartwell moment where she's trying to explain to him why she plays that. And he says, like, something very nice about it. And, we see them kind of get more, well, not more Yuang, but more Ahsoka, feeling more comfortable, kind of laid back. She's getting more silly and witty, just like Anakin. And just like, I like the idea that she finally said that he was a good master, or is a good master, as somebody who trained her to do what she does as a Jedi. And I think that was very important because we never, to see that in live action, to see that all, for her to see, to find closure, basically, was what I'm trying to say. And that's what I like about that particular episode. And then we even see, like, the Ahsoka and Yuang kind of bicker over about the whales, because they finally get there, right? But then they realize, oh God, they're in a minefield of Imperial bombs, basically. And Yuang has his little witty words about it because he was like, good thing the whales are here, but then kind of shielding them, and then they go off to hyperspace again. And she's like, you had to say it now? Like, it was just funny, and I thought that was very Star Wars. Like, it reminded me of something like, that's something to me like Han Solo would say. Like, just jinxing the chance of surviving a threat like that in space, basically. And then they get to that planet, and they have like no radar, they have no map, like, because they never been to this galaxy. It's like they don't understand the territory of this planet. And I just thought it was really neat because we saw the fighters, were told by Thrawn, to go get them. And he knew he was there. He even played like cat and mouse. Like, he told him to back down first. But as soon as they got to like the grave side of this planet, then he told Thrawn, was like, hey, go have the fighters, go get him. And because he was realizing how dangerous Ahsoka is, because he learned that Anakin was like her master, and he realized, oh man, she knows some stuff. Like he knew like Ahsoka could get him, and he had a little fear because he understands who Anakin is, and to see Thrawn kind of show weakness, but he's still calm. Like, he's gonna figure this out, and the whole plan is him to escape and leave everybody behind, basically, who came for Ezra. Basically, he don't really care about battling them or defeating them in a one-on-one or ship-to-ship, laser-to-laser guns. He just wants to get back to the main galaxy. And so he's not really concerned. He's just like he's a general. He's using like general battle thoughts, like how to escape, how to get out, how to distract them, how to delay them, just whatever they can to keep them distracted, to help his plan succeed, because he has some stuff that he wants to take that he got from this galaxy, and he wants to take it back to the main galaxy, which who knows what they are. Hopefully they'll review it in episode 8. But that's his whole point. Like, he's not trying to win a fight or a battle or a war. He's trying to get out. So, he's gonna, as he said, he's gonna have use time against them, basically. And he's pulling out all the major hits with them, like everything he's got, basically. And he's trying not to use every stormtrooper. So it's very challenging, and I really like that about Thrawn. Like, he's not your typical villain who has to have the urge to say he defeated them, but he just wants to come back with a bigger bang. Like, he knows that the battle doesn't stop with them. The battle is when he takes over that galaxy. So that's his main plan, and he's determined to get out. So he's not worried about the Jedis and all them. He's worried about getting out. then in the next scene, we get to see Ezra, Saban, and they have like a moment where they're just kind of talking, but Saban's kind of not telling him everything, but I think he senses that. And he realized that, she's training and she's becoming a Jedi. And we even had that moment where Ahsoka used the Force to find her, the connection between the two, which it worked. And I was shocked that he didn't notice that. Like, I know he's been gone for a long time, but I'm surprised Ezra didn't like catch on, because Ezra, as of now, is a better Jedi, and he's trained much longer than she has. Like, obviously, he knows how to use the Force. And then we see Balon, Skull, and Shin have a moment after they find where Ezra and Saban's at. And Balin decides to stay back and let Shin do her thing, and he gives her one last advice, like he's planning to go. And I think I can't remember that exactly, but he basically told her, don't be impatient to win or to battle, basically, because that's how you lose. And she went off and did her thing, but he stayed back, and then we get this epic battle between him and Ahsoka. And I tell you what, like, he didn't die, but he didn't get killed, because he's I think he can one up Ahsoka, and I think she knew it, because he's very well trained and he's been in the game longer. And this kind of proves my theory, maybe, that I feel like he was that boy from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, because he's just a lot. He just seems like a little bit better at using the lightsaber battle against Ahsoka. But Ahsoka was good. I mean, she fights just like Anakin, and it was an amazing lightsaber battle between those and Saban and Shin. So I get it. Like, it was really great. I just noticed that, General Balin is a little bit stronger. He's a little bit better at it. And he had like her number in a one up way. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because that's why she had Yang shoot him a little bit to get him distracted. So, and then we finally seen them all reunite, and it felt good, heartwarming. But then they had to deal with Shin and the stormtroopers, and I just thought that's very Star Wars like. Ezra can use the Force, and they don't want to use the lightsaber. Just like Luke Skywalker told Ren, like, I don't want that. Or like Kylo Ren and Darth Vader / Anakin, they can use the Force, and they don't really need a light to beat you with the lightsaber. They know they can beat you with the Force and stop your swinging. Like, that's just pretty cool. Very Star Wars like. Jedi. There's always that one Jedi who's a little bit better and who's more skilled. And Ezra obviously is very skilled. Like, he doesn't need a lightsaber. But I did thought it was funny where he did finally grab a laser gun and he tried to talk his way out. But it was just funny. I liked that. And I also just like, again, after they did that, Ahsoka came and saved them. And then that's when they reunited, and they had a heartfelt moment where you see Ahsoka show more of a softer side again in this episode, but I think she's found closure. And I think maybe Saban is going to find closure too, but it's really interesting to see if they're going to get out. But I also want to point out the fact that Ahsoka lent her hand down and said, "We can help you," to Shin, and she rides off. Like, I think she's going to become on the good. I always knew, or I always have a feeling that character Shin is going to leave the dark side and become a Jedi on the good side. I think that's why Balin's Skull is kind of like letting her go, letting her fly free and make her own choice, because he kind of is like, look, I'm done. Like, he kind of like passed the torch, but he knew that. He even mentioned like him and her are gonna go two different paths, and for a guy who's like a Sith Lord type, right? He just bows down and just he understands. Like I don't even think he wants Thrawn to win, basically. So it'd be interesting where he really stands by. But there's something on this second galaxy that he's up to, and it's curious what it's going to be. But let's get into some topics. So the first topic is naughties, Nottoti, naughty, and these are like giant versions of hermit crabs, basically. And I'm wondering if they're gonna go with Ezra, like, because I just can't imagine them being okay. Like, hey, I'm gonna leave you guys. Bye. Like, I don't know. I hope those little hermit crabs go with Ezra and Ahsoka and Sabrin, and I hope that the Howler, I think that's what it is, a Howler. It's like a wolf / horse that Sabin and other people have been riding on this new planet in this new galaxy. I hope that Howler goes with them too, because I think that'd just be cool. I think they're part of the crew, the team, and I think it just makes sense to me. So I'm hoping they go for, just because I don't want them to be alone or whatever, but I just want them to follow along with Ezra and them. Let's talk about Ezra. Now we got him back. Besides the fact that I want his new friends to go with him, I also believe that there is still a chance of Ezra going to the dark side. I don't know why, but I just feel like there's a huge surprise, and I think that Ezra could be on the dark side. Now, I could be wrong, obviously. Maybe this is just going to have that happy ending where Ezra's still the good guy and stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like that Ezra's going to go on the dark side. I think the idea that everything he did, because I think Thrawn is getting back. I think Thrawn's going to escape, regardless. Now, let's talk about Shin and Balon Skull. It was an odd duo, but I know the actor who plays Balon Skull has passed away. But I'm kind of curious where this character was going to go and what was the purpose, because now he kind of just send off his Padawan Shin off on her own in a way. But I just don't think she really wants to serve Thrawn. I think she's confused, and I don't think she realizes it. But at some point, I think that she's gonna become on the good guy's side, and maybe it's just the fact that Thrawn might ditch her too, because I don't think she knows the plan, and Balon Skull didn't know the plan. Obviously, she didn't. So I think she's gonna switch teams. And I think her and Sabin are going to become, like, really good friends and trainee buddies. Like, I think she's going to train and show Sabin, like, some ways to get better. And I think Ahsoka is going to be teaching them both and, kind of mother them, be the big sister in the sense. But I think that's the duo we may get, which I'm totally cool with that. And I like that idea, too. Now, because, again, I think Ezra could be going on the dark side. And I think the idea of them not having him is the idea of, like, okay, there is a war. There's a bigger war coming in the Star Wars universe. So that's what I think. Because I don't know what other way they would go with it. But, again, they know where they're going to go with it. But I'm just predicting that. But that is my review. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you and peace